Have you ever looked at a bowl of fresh fruit and thought, this has to be healthy, no matter how much I eat? After all, fruits are packed with vitamins, minerals, fiber, and natural antioxidants. They have long been recommended as part of a healthy diet, and for good reason. But here's something many people over 60 don't realize. Even healthy foods can become less healthy when eaten in the wrong amounts or under certain medical conditions. As we age, our bodies process food differently. Blood sugar regulation may become less efficient, kidney function can change, digestion slows down, and medications become a regular part of life for many seniors. Because of these changes, eating large amounts of certain fruits every single day may not always be the healthiest choice. Now, let's be clear from the beginning. No single fruit is bad, and no fruit automatically causes disease. The problem is usually how much, how often, and whether it matches your personal health condition. A fruit that is perfectly healthy for one person may require moderation for another. Today, we're going to talk about one of the most commonly misunderstood fruits after 60, why doctors often recommend eating it in moderation rather than in excess, who should be especially careful, and what healthier habits can help you continue enjoying fruit without putting unnecessary stress on your body. Before we begin, if you enjoy simple and practical health information designed specifically for seniors, make sure to subscribe and stay connected with us. Now, let's get started. Why fruit affects the body differently after 60. When you were younger, your body was generally better at handling occasional spikes in blood sugar and processing larger meals. But after 60, several natural changes begin to take place. Your muscles become less efficient at using glucose, insulin sensitivity often decreases, and the pancreas may not respond as quickly as it once did. This means that foods containing natural sugars, including fruit, can have a greater impact on blood sugar than they did years ago. Kidney function may also decline gradually with age. Healthy kidneys help regulate minerals like potassium, but when kidney function becomes impaired, certain fruits that are naturally high in potassium may need to be limited under medical guidance. At the same time, many seniors take medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes, or heart conditions. Surprisingly, some fruits can interact with these medications, making them less effective or increasing the risk of side effects. This is why moderation becomes more important than ever after 60. The fruit we're talking about. Grapefruit. One fruit that often surprises people is grapefruit. Grapefruit is rich in vitamin C, antioxidants, and fiber. For many healthy adults, it can be part of a balanced diet. However, doctors frequently warn certain patients about grapefruit, not because the fruit itself is harmful, but because it can interact with a wide range of medications. Grapefruit contains natural compounds that interfere with an enzyme in the intestines responsible for breaking down many prescription drugs. When this enzyme is blocked, higher amounts of medication can remain in the bloodstream than intended. For some medications, this may increase the risk of side effects. For others, it may change how well the medicine works. That's why many doctors advise patients taking certain cholesterol-lowering drugs, blood pressure medications, heart rhythm medicines, or anti-anxiety medications to avoid grapefruit unless their healthcare provider says it is safe. The concern isn't the fruit, it's the interaction. Why eating it every day may not be the best idea. If you're not taking medications that interact with grapefruit, eating it occasionally may be perfectly fine. But if you consume large amounts every day without knowing how it affects your medications, problems can arise. Many people assume that because something is natural, it cannot interfere with medicine. In reality, grapefruit is one of the best-known examples of a natural food that can significantly affect certain prescription drugs. This is why reading medication labels and asking your healthcare provider about food interactions is so important. Other fruits that deserve moderation. While grapefruit is unique because of medication interactions, it's not the only fruit seniors should think about. Bananas are rich in potassium, which is an essential mineral for healthy muscles and nerves. But for people with advanced kidney disease, the body may struggle to remove excess potassium. In these situations, Doctors sometimes recommend limiting high-potassium foods, including bananas. For healthy individuals, bananas can still be a nutritious choice. The key is understanding your own health condition. Grapes contain antioxidants and natural plant compounds that may support heart health. However, they are also relatively high in natural sugars and are easy to overeat because they're small and convenient. Instead of eating an entire large bowl in one sitting, a moderate serving is usually a better choice. Mangoes. Mangoes are packed with vitamin A and vitamin C, but they also contain more natural sugar than many other fruits. Enjoying mango in reasonable portions is generally better than eating large quantities every day, especially if you're monitoring blood sugar. Dried fruits. Many people think dried fruits are automatically healthier than fresh fruit. The truth is that drying removes water, but leaves the sugar behind, making dried fruits much more concentrated. A small handful of raisins can contain the same amount of sugar as several bunches of grapes. Portion control becomes very important. The importance of portion size. One of the biggest nutrition mistakes isn't eating the wrong fruit. It's eating too much of the right fruit. Fruit contains natural sugars, but they still affect blood glucose. Eating several large servings throughout the day can contribute to unnecessary sugar intake. A balanced serving is usually enough to provide vitamins, minerals, and fiber without overwhelming your body. Fresh fruit versus fruit juice. Many seniors replace whole fruit with fruit juice, believing they are the same. They're not. Whole fruit contains fiber, which slows sugar absorption and supports digestion. Fruit juice removes most of that fiber, allowing sugar to enter the bloodstream much faster. Even juices labeled 100% fruit juice can contain a large amount of natural sugar in a single glass. Whenever possible, whole fruit is the better option. How to eat fruit more wisely after 60. Instead of avoiding fruit, focus on smarter habits. Pair fruit with a source of protein or healthy fat, such as yogurt or a handful of nuts. This can help slow digestion and keep you feeling full longer. Rotate different fruits instead of eating the same one every single day. Choose whole fruit more often than juice. Pay attention to portion sizes rather than assuming unlimited amounts are healthy. And if you take prescription medications, ask your healthcare provider whether any fruits, especially grapefruit, should be limited. Common myths about fruit. One common myth is that all fruit is unlimited because it's natural. Another myth is that fruit juice is just as healthy as whole fruit. Some people also believe dried fruit is healthier simply because it lasts longer. The truth is that all of these foods can be part of a healthy diet, but moderation and context matter. Signs you may need to review your diet. If you notice frequent blood sugar spikes, unusual fatigue after eating, digestive discomfort, or you're starting new medications, it may be a good time to review your fruit intake with your healthcare provider or a registered dietitian. Small dietary adjustments often make a meaningful difference over time. Important reminder: if you have diabetes, kidney disease, heart disease, or take prescription medications, never make major dietary changes without speaking to your healthcare provider. Every person's health situation is unique, and what is appropriate for one individual may not be appropriate for another. The bottom line: fruit remains one of the healthiest foods you can eat after 60, but even healthy foods should be enjoyed wisely. Grapefruit can interact with certain medications, while fruits like bananas, grapes, mangoes, and dried fruits may require moderation, depending on your health and portion sizes. The goal is not to fear fruit. The goal is to choose the right fruit, in the right amount, at the right time for your body. Small, consistent habits often have the biggest impact on long-term health. Your body has taken care of you for decades. Giving it balanced, thoughtful nutrition every day is one of the best investments you can make. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may benefit from it.